Well, Skip, we've seen these type performances from James Harden before. Against your San Antonio Spurs, without Kawhi Leonard and Tony Parker, he was 2 of 11. He took 2 shots in the first half
That was a closeout game 6 at Houston.
at Houston.
Yes.
Okay,
Yo. What's the deal? It's your boy, who is Hendo, and today we talking NBA sports. Today, I'm going to be talking about, this is just my opinion. This is not a fact or none of that. So all you James Harden fans, don't come at me on Twitter when I post this on Twitter too. Today we're going to talk about why I believe James Harden is overrated. I love James Harden. I think he's an all-time great. Definitely one of the best playmakers. You know what I'm saying? One of the best scorers also. I give him that. But I think he's overrated as a scorer. And I think he's overrated as a player. I'm not going to hold him. I really want to hold last year against him because he still could have been injured with the hamstring. Last, year and a half, 2 years, he's been really messed up with the hamstring. Or since like last year for real. But those 7 years before, I also ain't gonna hold the OKC days against him because he was with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. But those Houston days, oh, I'm getting him together this video. So we're gonna talk about why I think James Harden is overrated. We're gonna look at his playoff stats since he got in Houston in each series. Okay. He left OKC in 2012. 2013 playoffs. Only doing playoff stats because James Harden is astronomical in the regular season. And Houston, he was great in the regular season. 2013 playoffs. Game 1 versus OKC. A minus 29. Shot 31% from the field. 16% from 3. 7-7 from the free throw line. That's important later on for my closing opinion. 1 block, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 20 points. A negative plus minus 28. Game 2, 36 points, 0 blocks, 6 turnovers, a negative 4 plus minus, 11 rebounds, 17 to 20 from the free throw line, 14% from 3, and 9 to 24 from the field, 37%. Game 3, 9 to 22, 40% from the field, 2 of 8 from 3, that's 25%. 15 free throws, 10 to 15, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 30 points, a 0 on the plus minus. So that was a pretty good game. Game 4, plus 2, 4-12 from 3. 4-12 from the field, 33%. 0-4 from 3. Of course, he got them 8 free throw attempts, 7 to 8. 15 points and 10 turnovers. But he was a plus 9. That's why plus minus never really makes sense to me. And then the last game, lost by 9. Played 43 minutes, shot 31% from the field, 7 to 22, 40% from 3, which is good, about average for a 3-pointer. 4 to 10, 8 of 11 from the free throw line, 26 points, which is a pretty good game for James Harden. 2014 playoffs, he had points of 27, 18, 37, 28, 17, and 34. That was a pretty good series. But he had plus minuses of -8, +1, +11, -4, +10. He shot in that whole series 8 of 28 first game, that's 28%. 6 of 19 the second game, 31%. 13 of 35 the third game, 37%. 9 of 21, 5 of 15. He only shot over 50% one game in that series in the 2014 playoffs. 2015 playoffs. This is versus Dallas. They won 4 games to 1. He had a pretty good series. But shooting the ball, he had okay. First 2 games, not too good. 4-11 from the field, 5-17. First game, 36% from the field, 29% in the second game. Then the last 3 games, he picked it up. 15-24, 7-15, 9-19. 62%, 46%, 47%. And from 3, the first 2 games, it was 20% and 25% from 3. The last 3 was 71%, 50%, and then game 6, awful, 14% from 3. But he shot at least 6 free throw attempts in that series. Now, we're going to go to the Clippers series, where once again, they won in 7. He went 6 of 13, 7 of 17, 8 of 16, 5 of 12, 9 of 20, 5 of 20, and 7 of 20. He only cracked 50% once and only damn near cracked 45% twice in the series. From 3, he was 50%, 30%, 57%, 50%, 12%, 33%, 28%. No consistency from the 3 or having good games. Points, he had 20, 32, 25, 21, 26, 23, 31. Now, this is against Golden State. Seems like when he faces Golden State, he always shrinks. They got beat 4-1. He had a negative. They got beat by 35, by 1, by 4, and by 14. He had scores of 28 first game, 38, 17, 45, 14. He had, as far as turnovers, he had 5, 2, 1, 3, and then terribly 12 turnovers in the last game. Game 5. 2016 playoffs. Western Conference. Golden State again. They lose in 5. He had 7 for 19, 7 to 19, 11 to 26, 4 to 13, 12 to 23. One game where he shot over 50%. And really one game where he shot over 40%. He had 36% twice and 30% from the field. But from 3, he shot over 50%, then over 40% twice, and he shot 60% in the first game. Those free throws, he shot at least 9 free throws in 4 to 5 games. Points, he had 17, 28, 35, 18, 35. But turnovers, he had at least 3 in all the games, except for game 5 where he had, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. He had at least 4 turnovers in this series. And in the closeout one, he had 7 turnovers. 2017 playoffs did the same thing. And then one of the worst series he's had, San Antonio. They lost 4-2. Man, game 6. We're just going to go straight to game 6. 10 points, 6 personal fouls, 6 turnovers. 2 of 9 from 3, 2 of 11 from the field. That is just awful. That's awful. Then I'm going to go to The 2019 playoffs. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the 2019 playoffs. He shot basically low 40s or 30% in every game except for game 5 where he shot 10 to 16, 62%. From 3, he shot over 40% twice. That ain't what I want to talk about. I want to talk about game 6 where he put up 35. That's good. 6 turnovers. That's awful. He's one of the most turnover-prone players in the league. 7 to 12 from the free throw line. That's atrocious for James Harden. He shot 6 of 15 from 3. That's 40%. That's pretty good. 11 to 25. 44%. It's not really good. It's not horrible, but that's not really good. But that's not why I want to highlight that game. Stephen Curry had 0 points at the half. And they were tied. Or they were Houston was up 2. Stephen Curry dropped 33 in the second half when he had 0 in the first half. He outperformed James Harden on his court. James Harden had, I believe, 3 turnovers in that fourth quarter. He fouled Draymond. He missed a wide open 3. He missed a wide open layup. I watched that game. So game 6 versus Golden State and game 6 versus San Antonio were 2 of James Harden's worst games ever in the playoffs. Now, the 2021 playoffs. 5-13, 6-12, 11-18, 8-12, 10-17. He had a pretty good series. They beat them in 5 games. He shot at least 40% from 3 in 4 out of the 5 games. Free throw attempts. He got at least 6 free throw attempts. Sorry, at least 4 free throw attempts. 21, 20, 41, 23, 20, and he had plus minus in every game. So 2021, James Harden actually played pretty good in the playoffs. But let's talk about last year's playoffs. Yeah, 22, 14, 19, 22, 15, 22. Then the second round versus Miami, he had 16, 20, 17, 31, 14, 11. And was 5 of 13, 6 of 15, 4 of 11, 8 of 18, 5 of 13, 4 of 9. He didn't shoot over 50% or anywhere close to 45% at least against Miami. And those free throws, he shot 10 free throws in game 4. But other than that, he was getting maybe between 5 and 6 free throws. He got 4 the first game, 7 the second, 8 third, 10 fourth, 3 the fifth, and none the next game. So I said all that to say this. James Harden is a great player. Great. But he's overrated all the time because of his playoff failures over and over again. He failed against San Antonio. He was atrocious in that game. 10 points with Kawhi out. Then he was terrible in the game 6, 2019 with no KD versus Golden State. And you turn the ball over 3 times in the fourth quarter. And you miss like a wide open layup and a wide open 3 that you normally always hit. And then you foul Draymond for no reason, being frustrated. And then let's not talk about man, let's not talk about the series against Milwaukee, because I'm not, you know what I'm saying, he was hampered with his hamstring. But still, dude, you still could have helped KD out instead of lobbing the ball to him 24/7, expecting him to get you a basket. And he quits his way out of every situation. He forces his way out of every situation. It hasn't won a title yet. It hasn't even sniffed the finals. He got to the Western Conference Finals, but that's as far as he has went. Since he hasn't been nowhere near it since Houston. So these are the reasons why I believe James Harden is overrated, you know, all the time. I believe he's a top 75 player, don't get me wrong. I believe he should have been there. He's somebody that I do believe should have been in there. But am I taking him over somebody in the playoffs like a Jimmy Butler? No, I'm not taking him over Jimmy Butler. If you, right now, in the comments, if you watch this, I'm going to post this on Twitter, TikTok, everything, YouTube, whatever. You would not take James Harden over Jimmy Butler right now. Let's be real. Especially for the playoffs. Let's just say the playoffs. The playoffs right now. You would not take James Harden over Jimmy Butler. And that's a problem because James Harden is in the top 75. Jimmy Butler is not. Jimmy Butler has made a finals as the lead dog before James Harden. Is Jimmy Butler better than James Harden? Right now, yes. All time, no, he doesn't have the accolades. But that lets you know that James Harden is a little overrated. So this has been Who is Hendo Sports. Expect more content coming. Expect me to get this mic. Expect to get this mic working real soon when I get my laptop. Until the next video, I'm out.